Hey everyone, today we're going to tap into the AI pulse and talk about a really critical shift that's happening right now. It feels like AI is finally moving out of the abstract research lab and, into our actual daily lives. We're seeing this flood of practical tools, some absolutely groundbreaking research, and massive investments that are completely changing the game. Okay, let's dive in and break it all down.
So here's the big question we're really digging into today. Is the whole world of AI pivoting away from just abstract theories and finally landing in practical, everyday reality? All the signs are pointing to a huge yes. The shift is happening as we speak, moving away from what AI could do in the future to what it is doing for us right now.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at how AI is getting real. Then we'll check out some of the new AI tools you can actually use today. After that, we'll peek at the future of AI research, uncover a pretty wild multi-billion-dollar bet, and then, at the end, we'll connect all the dots and figure out what this all means for us.
All right, first up, AI gets real. The single biggest trend we're seeing across the board is this move toward building user-friendly, super practical applications. We're talking about tools designed to solve your everyday problems, not just, some complex theoretical puzzle.
It seems like the big companies and even the scrappy startups are all realizing the same thing. The next big win isn't just a slightly more powerful model. No, it's an accessible tool that actually saves you time, helps you organize your day, or just makes your workflow a little bit better. The focus is shifting, big time, to real-world efficiency and just simplifying our lives.
But, talk is cheap, right? So let's look at some actual proof. I want to show you 4 new tools that perfectly capture this trend in action. Think of this as your new cutting-edge AI toolkit. First, there's MyLens for Chrome. And what's cool about this is instead of some complicated standalone software you have to download and learn, it's an AI partner that just lives right inside your browser. It's there to help you visualize data on the fly. It's AI built directly into the workflow you already have. Next up is an app called Routine. It uses AI to bring together all your tasks, your calendars, and your notes. The goal here isn't to totally reinvent how you plan your day, but just to make the whole process run a whole lot smoother, kind of anticipating what you need and helping you organize your schedule more intelligently.
Okay, now for something a little more specialized, but believe me, it's incredibly useful. Mistral OCR. So optical character recognition is the tech that lets a computer read text from an image, like a scanned document. This new version from Mistral is pushing the limits on accuracy, making a really critical, if unglamorous, business task way more efficient.
And finally, there's ConnectMachine. This one's a private AI agent that helps you manage your professional network. Think about all the time and effort that goes into maintaining your connections. Well, this tool is designed to automate a lot of that complex and very human task.
So when you look at these 4 tools together, a really clear pattern starts to emerge. AI is becoming this collection of specialized assistants for different parts of our lives, from analyzing data and planning our day to digitizing documents and managing our professional relationships. This is that practical shift in action.
So those are the tools we can use today. But what's fueling the tools of tomorrow? For that, we've got to look at the frontiers of AI research. And right now, the big focus there is on making AI more robust and, maybe most importantly, more explainable.
Now, before we get into the specific research, we need to understand a key concept: adversarial robustness. I know, it sounds super technical, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It's all about making AI trick-proof. Right now, you can change just a few pixels in a picture and completely fool a sophisticated AI system. Making these systems more robust is absolutely essential if we're ever going to trust them with high-stakes tasks.
Okay, this gives us a fantastic snapshot of where the research is headed. The problems being solved here are fundamental ones, like why do these AI systems fail, and how can we possibly trust them? Take a look at that second paper on interpretable CNNs. Instead of just spitting out an answer, its attention mechanism lets a farmer, for example, see exactly which parts of a leaf image the AI is looking at to detect a disease. That kind of transparency is what builds the trust we need for real-world adoption. This isn't just theory. This is the foundational work to prevent major failures down the road.
And that foundational research, that whole push for trust and reliability, is exactly what gives investors the confidence to pour gasoline on the fire. We've seen practical tools and deep research. The third piece of this story is the massive investment that's driving this industry forward. And there's one story that perfectly captures this ambition.
This brings us to Yann LeCun, who is truly one of the godfathers of modern AI. So he leaves his top-tier job at Meta, and he doesn't waste a single second.
What he did next sent some serious shockwaves through the entire industry. $3.5 billion. That is the target valuation for Yann LeCun's new AI startup. And here's the absolute kicker. This is before the company has even launched. This isn't just an investment. It's a massive bet on the future of AI, and it's all underwritten by proven world-class talent.
So, let's recap. We have this flood of practical, useful tools. We have deep research that's all about building trust, and we have staggering amounts of money pouring into new ventures. It's time to step back and connect all these dots.
When you boil it all down, it comes back to three interconnected themes. 1, the huge shift to practical, user-focused tools. 2, the research push to make those systems trustworthy and transparent. And 3, this supercharged cycle of innovation and investment that's just pouring fuel on the fire.
Now, the most important thing to get is that these themes aren't happening in separate bubbles. They are locked in this incredibly powerful feedback loop. The demand for useful tools today creates all this data and real-world examples that fuel the research into what's possible tomorrow. And then breakthroughs in that research, like explainable AI, give investors the confidence to fund the next wave of tools. It's an accelerating cycle that is shaping our future in real time.
And this really brings us to a final, kind of mind-blowing question. When you combine this rapid pace of practical tools, the deep research into making AI trustworthy, and the absolutely massive scale of investment we're seeing, what is the AI landscape even going to look like in just 1 year from now? Thanks for tuning in.